My never I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. I see them yopo.
Joe Abusia for me mamo akwaba edmoba PENDREAM TV so. Abusia baby adu no ayemobo aya eye chese me mareho na papa yi ekasa wie ye no na me ankasa in fact o kasa kra no na me ho afo na owura ye ba bebo ni video e dia kire mo no eye owura me friend say we one of the most respected people when it comes to politics in Ghana. Nana Oheninto. In fact, why NPP Amanyokuru no General Secretary da. Ena wasaye emrashi bedwani da. Oyobia odimu e kurum ha. Enti papa yi onye nipa ketua e wo man mu ha na wabekasa e the warning kese pa de ama ni kurum latehene. Yes. What the warning kese pa de ama ni kurum latehene. And was had the warning kesiye edi ama Ghana fo nyina say hey Ghana fo se mo pani a mo hwe yi na manto aba amfa ma omanpenyini Akufo Addo ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ono na flag bearer of the NPP was mo hwe yi na manto aba ama NPP amanyoku ama manto aso biem enye sa Ghana ma wie moto pepa. Monye careful moma mani na ho so abo na nkrofo ye na dafo ni atrofo ni kontompofo ni damramafo meni o ma nante pen na menim o ma pegide Akufo Addo boni e woni trim oye obi a oni na asem so oye obi a okasa ni kwan so nipa biara ginidi abusua wakan sam yase bomo chiche fi suom be ka kire o se denche ma wa ni na chim pesi ekọ na ikutie enkomo no said ekọ so ewo TV3 key points dwumadie no so busua mesrawo se obinya botre ni akutie information no abasisia aha PENDREAM TV meso so subscribe to the channel, like the video, na share to other platforms o share no nyina na o kire wadwen o comment section no ase edi amaye pacho yen komra sisia.
That is the hypocrisy that we've been living with for quite a while now in this country. But take a look at this. This is the Pra River, the Chefo-Praso Bridge. We went on that bridge. There was a drone that was flown, so you see the extent of the damage we're seeing. This is the Pra River. That's the level of pollution. For the benefit of those listening on radio, if you've ever drunk Milo, that's how it looks like.
This is worse than Milo.
It's worse, eh?
This is polluted.
This Pra River, it goes all the way, and the residents living along have no choice than to. In fact, we have a video of a child drinking this, because they say they put alum in it.
It settles.
And then
but the chemicals that have gone in don't settle.
That is what they are living with, because they don't have any other source of water. Because there are some areas Ghana Water doesn't provide water to those places. So this is what they have to live on. This polluted Pra River. It cannot be business as usual from where we are getting to now. Ghana Water Company says just about 40% of the water that they can actually treat and make available to us in our homes, because a number of the water bodies have been polluted. They say the less polluted river in this country is the Volta River. That's less polluted. Not the
and the Oti River.
That's your area. Oti. That is the only one.
Yeah. Well, Alfred, I mean, clearly Ghana is faced with a crisis situation. And when some of us speak with a bit of passion and conviction, they say, oh, you are emotional. This is not an emotional situation we are faced with. This is absolute crisis. And I am actually at my wits' end in trying to understand how the people in government will not be ashamed but feel proud and confident to campaign and to tell Ghanaians, vote for us to continue because we have served you well, because we did free SHS. And now, if you create a free school in the Chufuparasu area, and this is the water that the children in the Chufuparasu area have to drink, how long will they live to even benefit from the education that you've given them? It's absolute nonsense. It's absolute rubbish. Let's talk about our lives as a nation and talk about the responsibilities of leadership. And I'm happy Honorable Kofi Adams spoke about leadership and the failure of leadership. The evidence of failure of leadership in Ghana today is humongous. Every single aspect of our lives you go to open to discuss, there's a crisis. And people in NPP, people in political circles, people in political parties who want to be voted want Ghanaians to behave as if all of us are stupid and they are the wisest people. They are the people who know everything because they have political power. I don't think so. I think it's my friend Martin who said, the fact that you become a political leader doesn't suddenly make you wise. And make you suddenly knowledgeable more than everybody else, simply because you have power today. So tomorrow if you leave office, then you also become stupid. Like all of us who are not in power. But really, that's not the point. Alfred, this matter of galamsey, I have said it. And I'll preface my submission with that statement again. The other time when people watched me on Unia TV, they said it was too emotional.
Oh, you were perfect. It's not
They said, so now I have tried and I would deliberately...
let me bring this. A philosopher once said that
the thing just hit me. The thing just hit me.
You are corrupt. Please, there's nothing like emotional.
The thing hit me so hard, and now I want to go non-emotional. But let me repeat the same words. If NPP wins this upcoming election under the current circumstances of corruption, of galamsey, and of economic mismanagement and hardships, Ghanaians are finished. They will never respect Ghanaians anymore. They will become more and more impudent and brazen in whatever. The arrogance of power will be totally uncontrollable.
We'll flee.
And
we'll
I am repeating it. I am not by this statement saying NDC clear obviously is the better choice. I believe we need an independent. But we are talking about the people who have their hands on the levers of power today. The other time I said the president is not a man of honor, and somebody said I had insulted him. I have not insulted him. I am saying it again. President Akufo-Addo is not a man of his word. He's not a man of his word. One. He told Alanche Martin at Legon, 2007, once I become president and I'm leaving office, I will support you, I will help you. He has done the very opposite.
Thank you.
And done everything to undermine Alanche Martin's effort, first of all, to become candidate for NPP, secondly, to become president of Ghana.
That's a conversation we can have.
No, but I'm telling you what I know. Wait, let me speak. Secondly, and the biggest one is this galamsey matter. That if I am not able to fight galamsey, I will be ready to put my presidency down. The president has failed to fight galamsey. He has failed to put his presidency down. He is not a man of his word. He is not a man of honor. This is not an insult. If he considers an insult, if anybody considers this an insult, then we are not ready to live with principles in this country. We will live with sentiments and bootlicking, and it will get us deeper into the mess that we find ourselves. If a president says this evil of galamsey is so bad, I commit my life to it. I commit my presidency to it. Is it just a matter of just telling us words? I'll come to the substantive matter. Now, I heard this story about drip equipment, and there is a fight over them in one of the OT constituencies. Equipment that have been brought recently by the government to try and help improve rural roads. They call it District Road Improvement Project. They send a lot of bulldozers and excavators or whatever, road construction equipment. First of all, for me, it is one of the things that governments or political parties do just to insult the people. This government has been around for 8 years. 3 months to election. You send equipment to go and level out rough roads just to let the people feel that their roads are being done. My hometown, Manfitu Latte to Ayukuma, for the longest while it's been totally unmotorable. A few weeks ago, 2-3 days ago, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, they put machines there. They are trying to, because election is coming. I'm telling you people at Latte, Nana Sirioko, you are my senior brother. I should have been sitting on that stool, but we all supported you. I am telling you, and Nana Jemfra, Latte, Ekwapim Benkum stool. Ekwapim Benkum is a divisional stool.
You should have been sitting.
Personally, I could be the chief, but I opted to go into politics.
I see.
Yes.
Anyway.
So I'm speaking directly to my brother, Nana Siduoko, and Nana Jemfra, and my compatriots in Latte and Manfi. Don't get fooled because they brought equipment to gravel, grade the road 2 months, 3 months to election.
Oh, be scam.
What was happening to our lives all these years? When some of our people went hard to lobby, to beg. I know how much the former GRA boss, Amishadai, tried to do. Even when he was the GRA boss and he went and lobbied, they didn't mind him. GRA boss, he goes to lobby for 5 kilometer, 7 kilometer road to his hometown to be made. Nobody minded him. Today, 2 weeks to election, 1 month to election, the latter people should vote against NPP. Straight. If you vote for NPP, it's up to you.
Okay.
Why? Why do we allow people in political power to treat us as if we are the scum of the earth when we give the power?
Excellent.
So anyway, let me come to galamsey again. I have been once to the desert in Mauritania and Libya. And as far as the eye can see, you don't see one green at all. You don't see any green. Apart from the oasis where Gaddafi took us, and the oasis where the president of Mauritania at the time took us. Once you step out of the oasis and we drove into the desert proper. Now, after you see that, when we flew back to Ghana, and I go down and I see green on the road, even if it's just ordinary bush, it feels like money. It is a feeling that I got. I said, wow. Now, God endows us with all of these resources. And today, Ghana is still considered developing, even poor, overburdened with debt. If you're overburdened with debt, you're a poor country. We are worse than HIPIC now. And we have destroyed it to the extent that a whole region, now Ghana Water has announced that as for central region, if we don't take care, there will be water crisis. If the crisis hasn't already started. And the reason, galamsey.
Well, in fact, they put out that statement, and not to interrupt you, respectfully.
Yes.
This is how bad the situation is. I want to ask you, the Chifopraso area, that water flows through to the central region.
To the beach.
This is it. This is just the summary of the Ghana Water Company statement in central region. The suitable level for the NTU, that's a nephelometric turbidity, it measures the turbidity.
2,000 NTU.
It should have been 2,000, that's the suitable level of turbidity for them to treat the water. Now guess what? The current level there is 14,000.
And this is just turbidity. They are not talking about the other chemicals, mercury, and all those things that is in the water.
See, if water is clean, it doesn't mean there's no polluted.
There is no polluted.
Right. If
This is just stability. The level of mad. Let's call it simply mad. At the church,
Over 600% more than what it should be there. 14,000 nephelometric turbidity is what they're having to deal with.
So this is the scientific and technical evidence of what is happening on the ground in one region. We don't know about what is happening in Ashanti region and the other areas, eastern region, where Desu also is a source of water for treatment to be used domestically. I mean, those who live in the western part of Accra, they know that, but for a certain arrangement that was done where there is a certain kind of a loop, where Ghana Water takes some of the water from Volta, the Volta Basin. Initially, the arrangement was that, my information was that the water from the Volta area used to serve the eastern part of Accra. And then the water from Densu would be used to serve the western part of Accra. And for the whole time, even then, people used to complain about the effects of the use of chemicals in the fishing on the Densu River. So sometimes when you cross over, my brother lives in the western part, Dansoma area. When you go to Dansoma area and you drink the water, it tastes differently from the water you drink in cantonments, East Legon, and the rest of it. So there was an arrangement. I don't know whether engineering-wise I'm speaking the truth, but my information was that there was a certain arrangement where some of the water from the Volta treatment is mixed with the water from the western side so that the water will be uniformed. And then the people in the west can get better quality water. Even at that time, efforts were being made to improve the quality of the water. Today, if the scientists and the technicians are telling us that the water cannot be treated anymore because of turbidity, it means that very soon, the people in Central region, we should make arrangements to import water either from the Volta site or from abroad. We have to find some dollars. We have to find dollars to import water. And gradually, the way the thing is going, if you don't get a government that clearly has the political will, a leader, a person, not a political party, a person, a leader who would be prepared genuinely to put his presidency on the line.
And the NPP and the NDC haven't shown that?
For me, they haven't, really. You see, because now they haven't.
It's not NPP.
Now, it's NPP. It's NPP, NDC. Because you see, now when you take corruption, they are telling you this one is just a little more corrupt than we used to be. When you take galamsey, they pushed it beyond the limit that Kofi Adams was just saying, when we were there was galamsey, all right, there was pollution, all right, but now they've taken it to a higher level. When you take economic mismanagement...
Listen to my statement.
No, Kofi, I heard you.
That's because you quoted me.
No.
If you listen to my statement...
I wanted to interrupt you then, but I decided not to.
I said, even if I want to accept his position...
Yes.
Okay. So you are a journalist, and I was always saying, even if I want to accept... I am not admitting that he was speaking the truth.
No, but I am saying that was the case.
Well, so then don't use me. Don't use me to validate the point you want to make.
Well, let me even move from the environmental thing. And in any case, with the environment, Kofi Adams was talking about green. This Mahama government, Savannah region, there are 250 million Ghana cedis, or so 35 million or so, to go and plant trees. I have the statistics here. Instead of 1-point-something million trees, or 50 million trees, this SADA business, what happened? All the money was paid. It was still an environmental thing. It is all part of this issue. It was a huge scandal. Up to today, there was no tree. The money was paid. It is the environment. That is why I am telling you that we need a different kind of leader now, because when you take galamsey, we are in crisis. When you take economy, we are in crisis. When you take law, enforcement, governance, we are in crisis. Indiscipline, we are in crisis. Our own mindset as a people, we're in crisis. Now, you cannot talk about mindset change when the leader is not exemplifying a certain kind of change and mentality which is positive. Now, Ghanaians have gotten to the point where the politicians will talk. We'll look at them. If they talk and they'll go and do different things, we also do different things. When they come and arrest us, we'll fight the police. And we'll fight the military and we'll kill some of them.
Well, but you see, Nana.
No, I'm telling you the attitude, the reaction. I'm just telling you. Yes.
I just needed to be clear that it's not as though you are saying to as to condone or support.
No, but I'm telling you that is what will happen. That is what is happening.
But it is
didn't you
good to say it is not right?
Of course, it is not right. But see, I am telling you something. Let's not shy away from these realities and pretend. You see, people talk about the public responsibility, and it is a very big one. But you see, if you check how democracy works by taking the power of the majority of the people, and then you concentrate it in one person or a few. Once you have done that, what you have done is that you have basically surrendered the management of your life to the government, at least at the social level. Of course, psychologically, everybody is responsible for their own lives as an individual. But when consistently, just because the people have political power, which you invested in them anyways, they are showing you such impudence, such disrespect even for the law that they themselves are supposed to enforce, what are you left with? So that is the point and the perspective from which I am addressing this matter. So we have an issue where, and I don't agree with Kofi Adams that environment is not political. Environment is a political matter. In fact, the level of discussion that has made it negative is the partisan NPP NDC. But environment is a political matter. Food is a political matter. Water is a political, everything that has to do with our lives. The negativity now that we're experiencing about how to deal with these issues is the NPP NDC duopoly that has precluded all other level-headed discussions, to the extent that now we cannot even talk about food, we can't talk about health, we can't talk about road if it is not NPP NDC. That is where the danger is now. So I am sorry, but I cannot stop returning to the fact that where we are today, with galamsey, with corruption, with economic mismanagement, with the arrogance of power, Ghana needs a completely new leader. A leader people can put on the scales, dig deep into his background and check whether this leader can be trusted. Now, Alfred, quickly, on galamsey again, look, we are failing to realize that for as long as our economy is not able to provide jobs for young people, our economy is not supporting businesses to employ more people, for as long as our exchange rates and our interest rates are destroying businesses, it's going to be very difficult to fight not just galamsey, but all the other various ills that are plaguing our society now. So therefore, if we are serious about finding a solution to galamsey, I am saying that you need a leader who has a very clear plan. How do you salvage this economy? Not by slogans. Yesterday, somebody raised an issue about 24-hour economy and said it is one of the best things for which Mahama should be voted. And I said, so where are the details? And how? He talked about, he spoken about one or two things. I said, look, if you take Alan Chamartin's Great Transformational Plan and you implement the clusters that he has mentioned on economy, agriculture, tourism, you probably will have a 27-hour economy or 30-hour economy. In fact, the way the thing is, you don't need to give it a slogan. Just implement something that will turn agriculture around, something that will turn industry, manufacturing around, something that will turn exports around. Immediately you've dealt with your CD dollar matter.
Okay.
Something that you can use as a basis of saying, I will remove this tax. Because you see, when you remove a certain particular tax, you are depriving government of revenue. But you have shown that as for this tax, this avenue for raising revenue is a nuisance. Let me block it. But this is the other one I'm opening. Now, when you do these things and you go and tell the farmer that please don't cut down your cocoa trees, I am bringing you a new avenue for exporting more cocoa. I will buy your cocoa at a price that makes it sensible and profitable for you to continue to farm. And you can find alternative jobs for young people. You can now tell them, get out of galamsey. Because I saw one video where a gentleman, a young man, had taken a machete to the throat of a cocoa tree.
Yeah,
and somebody was saying, oh, please.
We'll play that in a bit. In fact, I have that video.
I sent it to you yesterday.
Yes.
I don't know whether you got it from another source.
You actually sent it.
Yes, I sent it to you.
From you.
Yes.
We'll play it, but just make your point.
Yeah, so I thought that after someone I heard in the background speaking to this young man had spoken so much, the young man would have considered.
Yes.
He said, but the government also, you see, Alfred, that's where I'm telling you, the people are looking at the behavior of the people in power. When you have national executives, regional executives, government officials backing galamsey activities, and the people in the community, they know who they are working for. They know the people they are working for. They know the Chinese who are being backed by people in power. They know. And then you go and tell them, you stop your own. Don't cut down your cocoa tree. Stop galamsey. What is the alternative? Well, sorry. Don't worry. Government will find a way. They won't listen. They won't listen. That's what I'm saying is the danger. Where we are actually moving towards a state of anarchy and chaos, where the people out of desperation will not listen to people in government who have no credibility.
Okay.
People in government who cannot be trusted. The people won't listen to you.
Well, that video that you made reference to, and Zadams, and the Apia Kubi is back on the tab.
I've taken note of a number of things. My colleague.
This is the video you spoke about. Take a look.
That umbrella top money and pendi. Omba becho. Oh, Akubo no kazo di dio. Ya kya kala ko on pe on send no. Am edabe. Hey. So ka la ku la. Hey, that never bulo. Hey. Abanje ya chego ko ni go. Because my top money be chani na we na becho. This was sending siga.
So that's the reality that we're faced with. And that's a cocoa farmer. And in fact, he's not alone in this. Remember, almost this over 2 years ago, my colleague Ibrahim Abubakar
did a story where cocoa board followed.
And just to do a quick recall, take a look at this. This is what happened at that instance.
Okay.
Government can never stop galamsey in this Ghana at all. I have to go. I have plenty money in my pocket, so I don't mind cocoa. Look, I'm now cutting it off. You see, it is my own bonafide property. Nobody can stop me to stop cutting my own cocoa tree. Are you planting for me? Planting for you, food and job. Am I involved?
Eventually, Cocobod, after we heard this story, went to talk this farmer out of the, but he was just one out of many. A whole constituency of cocoa farmers
Alfred,
who were doing the same thing and thinking alike and selling off their farms to these illegal miners. And it's coming up every now and then.
Abuja eti enkomo no ene yakofa edi abramo ewo TV Troy no sa utie ensam no bia na utimu se awrehosem ya awrehosem pa na de ekoso nyina no ekere se Ghana ewosa moma yani eda ho de ekoso nyina na se kire no abusia eno ena owura na ohene entu o chirichiri mu amayi nyina ya tenase se ebre no awiedu se yesesa aban ebre no awiedu se yesesa aban ema aban foforo eba ebre awiedu se yesesa aban ema aban foforo eba nyoka nyina ne se John Dramani Mahama ne wose yede ne ba yes oye Alan Chermantin chidini but indirectly the person catch Ghana and Ibian said there should be a change, and if there should be a change, we all know that Mahama the change in Beba NDC and the change in Beba. There is no way Alan Chamantin can win 2024 elections. It's not possible. Enti die owura nana ohininto eka nyina no ekere se yento yaba Emma John Dramani Mahama and make sure that there is a change. There should not be continuity in this government system. Like yes di hu ewu ye bra che say ye tiri ate ni nyina no na se kire no no abusua enti moma ye ni na ho moma ye ni ena ho na yento ya ba yi John Dramani Mahama wa demonstrate se oyo mampanyina onima de oye visionary na adwene mo do dwuma bia nyu adema na wontimi nye odwene oman no ho waye bida na apen so na galamsey bia ni ho no mo a ase nsuo ani na ye nsuo nyina ye fita eye 2018 ena galamsey ye starting hu se nsuo ani dane ena Erastus Donko onu na the first person of start say sasa nsuo agu bottles mu different nsuo kosa nsuo di gu bottle mu kosa densu ni ho ade di gu bottle mu e de be share live on TV say yen hwe afi ni ye nsuo because of galamsey 2018 ena saade na start e Ghana Mahama penso you dare not say Mahama betna say ama nsuo adrusi ensida enti enya afei na papa no oba be ye biu aye bida na penso ye huye de oyeye enti wa demonstrate enya matra makwa ne ye pe wu Ghana ha obusiafo ye me matra makwa biu ba bia Ghana adu no ye hia matra makwa biu we need an experienced person to take us to the promised land. We need an experienced person who can be able to solve the problems of this country. Nya afei ni yeba akofo obi na ye ne yeba behwe se obi timi aya na wontumi nye masa ya se wo obofo na se wo kowura makopen na mo na wo kraman a fe na aye biafo ene dabi ebe ya enya afei ni ye kofa dabi ebe yi e wo se wo kofa aye biafo because onu no aye bida onu enu aye bida. So let us vote and vote wisely. Let us vote and vote like with intelligence. And no any bit me abwayen. Ama Ghana atumi atu empon. Abusia PENDREAM TV so ena maso egusu a mohwe no. PENDREAM TV say yede enkaboyi ebremo October 2024 travel to the United Kingdom. Abusia akwanya beda ho Ghana ni bia. Msa wo pese ukọ amanone eye UK maimu ekochele kakra October yi akwantu bi eba ya eye border cross travel and tour for ena organize a event afibia omoye o from na sa opesu kubia October ya ena ekoso na o from a o de catch say you are interested nhihye bi eda ho no omo de be ma ho na o sadi esiko number no 030 0303 977006 0303 977006 and that's 050 041 0007 0 so near 4 050 041 0007 o from one catch on say PENDREAM TV ena winya number no efriye they will serve you and serve you better. PENDREAM TV yes edam yopo
PENDREAM TV nyameshia opane eduma kese awoye de bia mehwe o YouTube and all other social media platforms. It's Ramongo follow PENDREAM TV. Very fantastic talent, doing a lot of the channel.
I'm in the PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.